Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for the AI Spotlight. I am having some weird little slowness on my computer, so hopefully I am coming through okay. Today, I'm going to talk to you about content systems. And what are we talking about with content systems? We are talking about not creating the content itself, but rather the system behind creating that content. So I am using Claude today, and let me turn off our rock and roll that's going on so you can hear me. All right, there, the rock and roll is off. So hopefully you can hear me here for the AI Spotlight. I was having some technical difficulties this morning, and I still seem to be lagging a little bit on my computer. So hopefully you can hear me just fine. So we are talking about content systems this week. We're not talking about actually creating the content, though that's actually part of it. We're talking about the actual system behind it to create consistent content on a regular basis. Because here's the deal. You need to show up consistently in order to build the know, like, and trust. And what do we mean by that? We mean, if you say you're going to be posting 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 5 times a week, 7 times a week, whatever it is, based on your unique business and what makes sense most for your audience, then you need to show up consistently doing that. If you don't show up consistently and you are inconsistent with your content, people notice that and they kind of fall away. And you can lose people just because, not because your stuff isn't good, but because you aren't consistently there. So I've talked about my content process and my system on a regular basis. And what I've done is I created a prompt, because here's where AI comes in really handy. AI comes in really handy for helping you create these processes. And so I created this prompt here to actually help you create your own process. And it's as simple as filling in some blanks. So let me bounce over here. The prompt reads, I am a, what type of a coach, consultant, business person, what are you? Who helps? Who is that ideal client of yours? With, what is their main problem? This is like the top level problem. You don't want to list too many. You can list a couple if they have like some, main points, but you want to keep it relatively short and sweet. And then you say, I want to create content consistently on. Now you want to know what platforms those are. Now, this assumes that you've done the pre-work. We've talked about your ideal client avatar in the past and the prompt to create that ideal avatar, figure out what their main problem is, and figure out where they hang out. So what are the best platforms? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? Are they email only? Do they need direct mail? If you're, a roofing company or something like that, it might be you need direct mail going out to households. So it depends on what your business is and who you are and what you do as to what platform you're creating the content for, but you want to be consistent with that content. And then, this is a key point, I can realistically spend how many hours? You do not want to spend, 20 hours a week creating content. You should not be on social media all day long. You should not be creating content all day long. You should not be, worrying about what's going in, what's going out all day long. If you have a process in place, you have a system in place that helps you get everything there, everything scheduled, everything out, and it makes it nice and simple for you. So please build me a simple step-by-step weekly content workflow that tells me what to do, in what order, on what day. Keep it simple and realistic. Now, I did go in and I created this little fictional person. I'm going to block copy into here. I am a, right there, paste. I am a holistic nutrition counselor who helps women over 45 improve their energy, digestion, and hormone balance naturally without extreme diets. I want to create content consistently on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and email. I can realistically spend 5 hours a week on content. And the rest is the same. So see what I did there? I just plopped that piece. So that's what you're going to do with this prompt. And the prompt will be underneath here when we're done. And you're just going to pop that in, and we're going to hit go. And I am using Claude today. I do go back and forth, Claude, ChatGPT. I use an app called Pocket Marketer on a regular basis as well. You can use Gemini, you can use Manus, you can use whatever tool you like best for doing what you do. Now, Claude, this is one of the reasons why I like Claude. He's very specific about the output and how it makes it. So as you can see, it actually created a little checklist here. So your 5-hour weekly content workflow, do these steps in order every week. That's it. Now, it put it out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then weekend. So I'm actually going to give it another prompt, but look what it did. Pick one topic for the whole week, just one. Example, why are you tired after lunch and what to do about it? That's perfect for this particular avatar that I put up here. Write your email newsletter first. It's your longest piece and everything else comes from it. So when you're creating that consistent content, you have that theme, and then you create something. In my case, it's my blog. I create my blog on Monday, and pretty much everything else kind of flows from that. So when you think about the content, here's what you got. And then pull out 3 key takeaways or quotes from the email. They become your social posts. See how easy it's making it here to create that consistent content? And then send out an email and post on LinkedIn. Takeaway 1, takeaway 2 on Wednesday, post on Facebook, add a simple image. It even gave image ideas. Post on Instagram, and then a review. So the prompt that I'm going to add to that is, I would like to batch create this content in one sitting. What do you suggest? So pick one content creation day per week. And in this case, because we told it 5 hours is what we have, it actually broke it up into 2 sections. So 2 hours there, 3 hours here. Now, I will tell you, I create more content than this. And I do it in about an hour total on a Sunday night. And I create my typical quote of the week that includes a post for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram that kicks off my week theme, a blog, an email that goes along with the blog that introduces the blog to my email list, and then the blog is posted on my website. I set up my Tips and Tricks Tuesday live information on StreamYard. I set up my value email and have that scheduled out, and that goes out on Wednesday. On Thursday, there's a LinkedIn article, which is written and pre-scheduled also on Sunday. And then I set up the AI Spotlight, what we're here for now. I set up the information on that and announce it on StreamYard for the little promo that goes out for it. And then on Friday, I do the Friday freebie out in our Facebook group, and that gets created and posted, again, scheduled to go out on Friday. It's already scheduled. It's sitting there waiting to go for tomorrow morning. I do all of that in about an hour on a Sunday night. That's how I create my content. That is my process. So here is the simple way to get this all done. And if you don't have that process in place, that's where it can seem hard. That's where it can seem challenging to create your content. So what you want to do is you want to have this consistent process that you're doing on a regular basis that works for you and your specific schedule. And again, I said I want to do it in one day, so I created it like this. This is the start right here. This prompt, and I'm going to put the prompt with the fill in the blank version of the prompt in underneath right here. And all you need to do is fill in your pieces, and then you can start tweaking it however you like, depending on what you're doing. So in this particular one here, it says I want to create consistent Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and email. I might say I want to do a blog a week. I want to create a LinkedIn article. I want that email newsletter. I want to do a couple live videos. Whatever it is, you just give it the parameters and let it create the process for you. Now you can take that process out hanging in front of you until you get used to the routine. I am so used to my routine. I do it over and over and over again. All I need to do is pick a different theme every week. And I have a process for that. I have an Excel spreadsheet that has 52 weeks of themes. And unless something weird happens, like some weird trend comes up and I want to change what the topic of the week is to go along with that trend, I pretty much stick to my Excel spreadsheet for the theme of the week. So this week is content systems. That's in my spreadsheet to say that's this week's theme. And I'm going to check it off at the end of the week saying that it's done. And I'm going to move on to the next theme. It's part of the process to get it done so you don't rack your brain and go crazy trying to think about what am I going to post this week? Who am I going to post it for? Where am I going to post it? You just create it, create the process, and then schedule everything out and just get her done. And that's as easy as it is to create a process around your content creation so that you are showing up consistently for your audience. So that's what I've got for you this week. Again, I'm going to put that prompt right in under here. Fill it out and let me know how it works for you. I'm kind of curious. All right, that's it. Bye for now.